Hey everybody, Alex here, out of the Park 21 Pittsburgh Pirates franchise, episode 8. No, it's been a little while since our last video. I've been busy with work stuff, the NFL draft stuff, if you follow those related content on my channel. But we are here May 5th for the Pittsburgh Pirates 2021 season. Unfortunately, things have gone a bit sideways and not as hoped or really planned for. We are 15-21, and it is mostly because of having arguably the worst offense in baseball. We only have 131 runs. And that's 14th in the NL overall. You can see kind of the last game we just played yesterday was a doubleheader against the Mets. We've had a million rainouts so far, and that kind of sums it up. A 5-1 loss and a 3-1 loss. The pitching has not been the best, but not the worst, but the lack of offense across the board has been just horrific. So we're going to talk about the team today. We'll look around the league briefly, and then play a game against the Mets, because I like to get a game in each one of these videos. So let's start with one of the most glaring things here, the injury list here. With one reason why our offense has struggled so much is we've lost arguably our best batter, Bryan Reynolds, to a broken hand. He got hit by a pitch against the Braves. This was back on April 16th. He will probably return at some point this year. We're not till very late in the season, so he was having a good year too, hitting 286, 382 on base percentage. I mean, nearly walked as often as he struck out, so losing him was a big hit. Our outfield was already on kind of shaky ground, and losing Bryan Reynolds was a crushing blow. Elsewhere for injuries, nothing too drastic. Jameson Taillon got hurt on his rehab assignment. That's basically going to end spell the end of his Pirates career. This is a pretty serious injury. Radial nerve elbow decompression surgery. He's out 4 months. He's already fragile to begin with. Just never going to stay healthy. You can never be able to trust him to be reliable. Adam Frazier did get hurt briefly, but he came back after about a week. We've had some center field issues we'll talk about in a second. I was going to call up Travis Swaggerty, but then he's out now 5 weeks, but at 1.7 weeks with a hamstring strain. So it's just kind of been a mess across the board here. Let me go ahead and pull up the lineups, and we'll talk about how much of a mess it's really been. We'll go things position by position as we always do. With catcher, Jacob Stallings has been alright this year, not too much different than last year, hitting 265, 306 on base percentage, 1 home run, 9 RBIs. Not terrible, not great, but for a catcher, it's been decent enough. Probably not going to replicate what he did a year ago, but he's not the root source of our issues offensively. Josh Bell, as much as he struggled last year, has been on fire this year. The only bright spot really offensively. He's been awesome. 8 home runs, 31 RBIs. His 1.5 WAR is already much better than the 1.1 WAR he had all of last season. So we've gotten the Josh Bell that we needed. Unfortunately, the rest of the offense is tanked. So you think in a year where Josh Bell was playing like Josh Bell, things would be, all happy, but not the case. Kevin Newman at second has been middling. 250 on base percentage under 300 is poor, especially for a guy who's not supposed to strike out. His avoid Ks is really high, so he's got a little bit of pop, which is surprising given only the 35 home run power, but just not great. And hoping to get some more, get that on base percentage up at least, and the slugging up a little bit as well, because he's not showing the power that he showed last season. At third base, Ke'Bryan Hayes, he's been up and down, had a good start, then kind of fell off, and then he's kind of just caught on some streaks, hot and cold. Want to see some more power. I know his home run power is only 40, but still only 1 home run here in 33 starts is not what we're looking for. 7 RBIs either. He's been hitting in the 2-3 hole. I mean, he should not have 7 RBIs, so that's a little alarming. The on-base percentage is okay. It's adequate at least, but just not what we're looking for one of our top prospects. Unfortunately, his potential has gone down as well, so I'm a little worried about that. I wouldn't say buyer's remorse after giving him that contract extension, but Ke'Bryan Hayes definitely has to produce much better than he currently is. At shortstop, one of the definite guys that have struggled after just setting the world on fire in brief action last year, Cole Tucker is hitting a .144. He got benched partway through the year as I tried to mix up the lineups. I mean, again, last year he had 340 in 50 games. Now he's hitting well under the Mendoza line, and that's definitely been one of the disappointments to start the year, and got to get more out of Cole Tucker. Replacing Bryan Reynolds in left is J.B. Shuck, who I saw we talked about in the offseason video. We did make a trade for Shuck, and he's been, this is why I traded for him, because he was going to get on base, and that was kind of the only thing I cared about with him, and the defense was going to be adequate, so his on base percentage is 321. He's also hit 2 home runs. He's got a triple, a double, so he's a little bit of power as well. So, I mean, losing Bryan Reynolds sucks. Not going to obviously do what he did. Shuck will, but, this could be a lot worse when it comes to left field. One of the big issues, though, offensively is in center field with Billy Hamilton. And I know that Hamilton was never going to hit 300 or go back to even some of the numbers he had in his prime Reds days. But, man, Hamilton has really been struggling. 185 average, 287 on base percentage. He's stealing a couple of bases. But, dude, there's just nothing there. He's just been such a sore spot for this offense. But I played him because of his defense. But even his defense hasn't been that great. His ER is 2.5, which I guess has improved. He had a weird error earlier in the year. He's got 2 errors already, which is kind of seemingly unusual for him and how good he is defensively with an outfield error of 75. But yeah, I mean, I was hoping he would just hit basically 230 to 240, and now he's at 185. That number I'm sure will come up. It's not going to be that low forever, but really unproductive. And like I said, I was going to call up Swaggerty, maybe give him his first taste of the majors, but he got hurt, and I just really don't have any other options in center right now. I am checking the waiver wire daily, but really nothing's popped up so far. And then right, Adam Frazier, who I said, got injured briefly, missed about 10 days. He had, whatever it was here, knee contusion, missed about 2 weeks, went on a short rehab assignment, but he's been hitting really well. And so it was unfortunate to lose Reynolds and then lose Frazier briefly to the injury. And again, that's really set our offense back. But he, see the numbers here, 321, 396, 3 home runs, 9 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Just to poke around with the backups here briefly, Trace Barrera, who had the trade last year for Kella with Washington, hitting 212, 333 on base percentage in 9 starts. It's been okay, again, adequate, not the root cause of our offensive woes either. Colin Moran playing first and third, coming, crashing back to earth pretty quickly here after what he did last year, hitting 306. You knew he was not going to replicate those numbers, but hitting 209 with only 1 home run so far. Hasn't played a lot, but maybe that's been an issue. But 1 walk, yeah, Colin Moran certainly not giving us the backup first third bat that we were hoping for. We will address the shortstop position. I had to make one change here quickly, which I'll explain, so I had to send the guy down, but we'll have some backups in the infield. Kevin Kramer is also hanging out. 5 starts, 148, just not a whole lot there. I was hoping maybe last year in the minors, because he got sent down last year, would maybe kind of change him in new year, clean slate for Kevin Kramer is what I'm trying to say, but 148, just doing nothing for us so far. Jason Martin got off to a really cold start. Remember, he had a terrible spring, and he didn't start out in right, and I have him in center right now, but I don't know, he's going to be just the backup outfielder to all 3 spots, but he has come on strong, 303, 373 on base percentage, and 4 home runs. So, I mean, it is kind of hard to think about why our offense has been this terrible, because we do have good production from Bell, definitely, and Frazier's gotten hot, and Chuck's serviceable, and Hayes can do a little bit, and it's just really frustrating. The injuries, I think, have certainly been a factor in all of this. So, those are the batters. Let's check out the pitchers here and how they're doing. Starting off with Joe Musgrove, who's been a little underwhelming. ERA getting close to 5 in 7 starts so far. Struck out 36 and 39 in a third. Only walk rate. His control, of course, is excellent, but got to see more from Joe Musgrove, the ace of our pitching staff. Chris Archer had a really tough start, got tagged in his first 2-3 starts of the season. Things have calmed down a little bit, but still an ERA in the aggregate at 5.6 in 8 starts, ERA plus of just 76. So yeah, starting pitching staff has been a lot worse than last year. Again, I think the offense is the number one reason why we are 15 and 21, but the starting pitching hasn't exactly helped either. Mitch Keller, I guess, probably has some of the best production on the staff, 4.33 ERA in 7 starts, ERA plus of basically call it average. The BABIP is high, so it should come down. That'll probably lower all those other numbers. The home runs are unusually high too, 9 home runs allowed, 2.3 over 9. Those numbers are all going to come down, so I think we're going to see better numbers by the next time we visit Mitch Keller. But I certainly want to see things start getting better and trending in the right direction. Trevor Williams is the number 4 pitcher. Again, just really steady, consistent play. I guess he's probably got the best production of the starting pitching staff right now. ERA of under 4 in 7 starts, ERA plus of 111. Walks are pretty low. The Ks are average, but that's fine. And the home runs you can live with as well. We have made some changes in terms of the bullpen. Chad Kuhl got moved into long relief as a starter. He wasn't doing too well, so I did move him to long relief. And I did want to also call up Michael Walker, whose contract was about to hit the 30-day mark, where he was either going to hit free agency and opt for that if I didn't promote him, so I did want to do so. He's got 2 starts so far. You can see here he went 3 2/3 against Washington in his first start with the Pirates, so that didn't go well. Much better results the second time around against the Mets. That doubleheader we just played yesterday, going 7 2/3, 3 earned, and struck out 3. So 2 starts, not a whole lot to go off so far, but it's been okay. One reason why we have some shuffling here and I had to send down an infielder is because we had a doubleheader yesterday and we just played a doubleheader the other day. against the Cubs. We split that series on the first. No other starting pitcher is rested right now. They're all slightly tired, so I had to make a call. And today, video in the game we're about to play, we'll see Cody Ponce make his Major League debut. He was down in AAA Indy, had a really good 2020 year. 2021 has not been as kind to him, unfortunately, but we're going to roll the dice and really just need an arm that's rested, and so Cody Ponce will be our answer. We'll check out the bullpen here briefly. The bullpen's definitely been the bright spot. Nick Birdie has been one of the best relievers in baseball, ERA of just .63, 15 games, only allowing 1 earned run. That was a solo home run, only 3 walks, but that control is excellent, and numbers probably won't hold, but we'll take it for now with 29 strikeouts in 14 and a third, ERA plus of 683. So this dude has been one of the most dominant relievers in baseball to begin. Neverauskas knew the numbers weren't going to be as strong as they were last year with an ERA of well under 2. It's now just under 4 right now, but overall, I'm not too mad at his production. Amir Garrett, we know there's some decline in him, but the numbers you can live with for now. 3.14 ERA, struck out 19 and 14 and a third innings, and a good lefty arm to throw some heat. Cal Crick definitely having a good year. Last year was very bumpy up and down, but it got better towards the end of the year. He's now carrying that into 2021. ERA sitting directly at 3 in 18 games, 16 appearances, has yet to give up a home run this season, and the strikeout to walk ratio I think is pretty good. Check around the rest of the bullpen here. Steven Brault has been excellent. We did give a grand slam in the doubleheader yesterday. Unfortunately, that was a walk-off grand slam win for the Mets. But overall, that blemish aside, 2.7 ERA, struck out 20 and 16 and 2/3. Again, only allowed the 1 home run. Again, was the grand slam. But really happy with Steven Brault. I think he's been one of the more reliable arms, both as a reliever and kind of spot starter in our bullpen. Blake Cederlin doing well, 3.6 ERA. The walks are high, and the control is not great, so he's one guy that definitely has to work with that, but only allowed 1 home run. So if he gets the walks down a little bit, which they won't, he's not going to have a walk rate of 9 over 9 innings. Maybe it's going to drop to 4 by the season's end, so I think those numbers even have the chance to improve a little bit more. Chad Kuhl, we mentioned, has now moved into a long relief role, and Blake Waitman as a lefty specialist doing just fine, which he always does. Let's check out his splits, actually. I haven't looked at that here. Yeah, you can see the splits. I mean, he's doing well against both here, but against lefties, that's where he really excels. Lefties only hitting .091 against him. I want to look at the schedule here briefly just to kind of show how bad our offense has been. I mean, we have 3 runs in the last 3 games. Our high was 4 this month against the Cubs. We had one of the ugliest losses to the Reds here, a 21-0 loss. It was like an NFL game. We had some position players come in. You can see the end here. Kevin Kramer and Jason Martin came in as position players to pitch to kind of save our bullpen a little bit. Trevor Williams only lasted 2/3 of an inning, so that's kind of been the ugliest game of the year so far, a 21-0 shellacking against the Reds, as we now sit in last place in the NL Central. But yeah, I mean, 2 runs, 4 runs, 2 runs, 1 run, 5, 1, 0, 2, 3. I mean, it is just single digits across the board. We have not scored more than 5 runs since, it's what is this, April 18th, and we're sitting here on May 5th. It's just been wholly unacceptable, and like I said, the root cause of why we're 6 games under right now is because of this just to me league worst type of offense. So let's check around the league here briefly, and then we'll go ahead and play our game against the Mets. Brief look here at the league standings. Check out the AL. You got Boston in the East, Cleveland in the Central, Houston in the West, and also look at the wild card with the Angels and the Twins right now battling the White Sox for that second wild card spot. In the NL, we'll play the NL East division leading Mets at 22 and 14 today. Milwaukee is leading the Central, the Cardinals right on their heels, Chicago, Cincinnati, and we're now in last place all by ourselves, so that's a lot of fun. NL West, LA with a commanding lead to start with the Padres at 18 and 18. Worst teams in baseball, let's see here, we got the Royals 10 and 25. The Orioles are always bad, and for us, we're not too far behind, but right now you got the Phillies sitting at 14 and 22. Let's look at some stats here briefly. We'll just kind of go through things quickly with a combined. We'll go AL and NL here to kind of look at some more players, I suppose. Vlad with that 369 average for the AL. He's also leading in home runs and RBI, so Vlad doing Vlad-like things. He's leading in basically every single category here. You guys can pause the video if you like at any time to see all the stats here. I'm not going to go through everything here. Brian Buxton leading with 11 stolen bases. Bregman leading in walks. So let's go to the NL. Check out the stats here. Freddie Freeman leading the majors with a 389 average. Heck of a year for him. Anthony Rizzo, 13 home runs for the Cubbies. Josh Bell, second in RBIs in the NL with 31, only behind Rizzo's 33. Juan Soto with a 490 on-base percentage. That's pretty absurd. Scroll through here. Tatis with 7 triples. Hampson of the Rockies with 15 stolen bases. And again, feel free to pause the video at any time. Let's see, Josh Bell is second, tied for second with extra base hits, only one behind Fernando Tatis Jr. So Josh Bell certainly hitting the leaderboard in a lot of categories to begin the year. Check out the pitching staff, or the pitching leaders. So we'll start AL again. Feel free to pause the video anytime. Verlander leading in wins. Sandoval in ERA. Hector Neris with 12 saves. Shane Bieber, who pitched well in the playoffs for the Indians last year, the defending World Series champs, is leading with WAR and innings pitched. And again, feel free to pause the video anytime as I scroll through the stats. And let me do the same for the NL. Urias with 5 wins. Jack Flaherty, who had that opening day, just beat down of us with a 1.43 ERA. Unfortunately for us, Chris Archer tied for the NL lead, and with losses with 5. Mitch Keller not far behind, 2 stats you don't want to lead in. Nick Birdie in 6 with 8 saves. Again, as I keep saying, I'll pause. You feel free to pause the video at any point if you want to see all the numbers here. Joe Musgrove up there on the Ks in walks ratio, and same with walks over 9. So, Trevor Williams with a whip, I didn't realize it's a 1.07. So, yeah, Trevor Williams has just been a really steady presence for us, and happy to have him on our side, up there with BABIP and average. So, really good numbers across the board for Trevor Williams. Alright, I think that's everything I wanted to show. We'll go into prospects next time, because our next video will probably be the draft. So, let's go ahead and take on the Mets. Make sure I don't hit finish today. I always freak out and think I'm actually going to hit the wrong button. We'll look at the debut of Cody Ponce, the starting pitcher for the Pirates. Hopefully it's Ponce on here. Sometimes it gets weird and doesn't always let me choose the right pitcher. But okay, so we do have Cody Ponce on the mound. Let's see in the lineups here. I'm going to rearrange the lineups here maybe briefly, and then we'll show you the starting lineups and get into the game. Alright, so these will be the lineups for today. J.B. Shuck leading off, followed by Jacob Stallings, Jason Martin, Josh Bell, Kevin Newman, Colin Moran, Cole Tucker, and Billy Hamilton hitting 8th with Ponce in the pitcher spot against the Mets here. Check out their lineup. You got Alonso, Conforto, Gregory Polanco. How is Polanco doing this year? Hitting 259, of course. Second we trade him away, he starts actually showing a little bit of life. That's our luck, but that's alright. I'm still not regretting that trade too much, at least. And on the hill for the Mets will be Steven Matz, who's got an ERA of just under 4 in 7 starts. So let's head out to Citi Field and take on the Mets. Alright, here at Citi Field where the Mets play, and we'll have J.B. Shuck leading off as the Pirates. Hopefully we'll get some offense. I played a game the other day, and we lost to the Cubs, like 4-1, and the only run we had was they walked in a run. They walked the bases loaded and walked another run. So we've just been so painfully trying to struggle together to put some runs together, as J.B. Shuck will hopefully change things with a leadoff. I like hitting Shuck leadoff because he gets on base, he's not going to strike out a lot, and so I know he doesn't have the speed, but I do like having someone that's just going to put the ball in play quite a bit and have a higher average and on-base percentage. Not going to run, though, even though Mets has a low hold runners rating. Shake up Stallings. We'll look at strike 3. That'll bring up Jason Martin. So hopefully you guys enjoying the series. Glad to be back here. I know I have not done a video in about a week, maybe a little bit more. And hopefully Josh Bell can make me happy here, as he will swing on 3-0. Got the green light. That should put runners on the corners. And so big spot here. Pirates trying to get some runs. I mean, getting some early runs would just be a really good feeling. That's been so rare for us to do. See if Kevin Newman can do it on 2-0. And that's going to go to right. I don't think that has the distance, though. And it doesn't. So the Pirates squander the opportunity to leave runners on the corners. That has been the theme of our season. So Cody Ponce in his major league debut, facing his first batter in Jimenez, and he'll allow a single. No, it's going to be caught. I got a little fooled there. Nice job, nice range by Cole Tucker at short. I think his defense might have come up a little bit short as well, so that's good to see. Nimmo up now as he'll hit this one. That one is going to get down. So there's a single I thought they were getting a moment ago. To face Pete Alonso, one of the best hitters in baseball with 9 home runs already this season. And that one's going to be almost number 10, where it's going to stay in play off the wall. And so Cody Ponce will allow a triple to Pete Alonso. And things are already looking... You can hear the just kind of a sigh in my voice, really, because this season feels like it's lost already, and we're still so early into things. But that's just kind of the way things seem to be going, as Michael Conforto is going to only increase my despair with a 2-run shot way out to right field. Wow, 3-0. It's just gonna be one of those kind of seasons where I'm gonna play through this season really quickly, because I don't think it's gonna get a whole lot better anytime soon. As Cody Ponce, I know he's on the road, he's nervous for his first start playing a good team like the Mets, but I had no choice in this one, unfortunately, as that's gonna get down 2. So Cody Ponce got an out on his first batter, and since then, let's just say he hasn't gotten out. He literally hasn't gotten any outs, so we're going to have him just kind of labor through this. Again, because of that doubleheader, I didn't have any starters ready, or at least that were rested. This is a double play to get out of things. So, Pirates give up 3 here. They're down 3-0, heading top second. Colin Moran, 2-2 count. And that's going to hit back up the middle, throw to first for the first out. Yeah, just no offense whether you're talking Moran. Cole Tucker's always been a big disappointment to start. Hamilton has not been able to provide even the Mendoza line when it comes to a batting average. I was not expecting a lot out of him, but just haven't gotten anything. And so there's 2 away here, bases empty for Hamilton, who's going to get that up the middle. He's got to be able to beat that out, and he will. I would run, but I almost don't know what the point is, because if he gets, we got a pitcher up here. So I'm gonna let Ponce swing away here. And Ponce can't help his own cause as he'll ground out weakly to first, and that'll be the end of the top of the second. We'll go bottom second. Hopefully Cody Ponce can have a much cleaner inning this time around, facing Pena, the catcher, in the 8-hole. 2-2 count. That one down the third base line. Brian Hayes has it. Got a strong arm, and he'll fire to Bell to first for the first out to take on his pitching mate, Steven Matz. 1-1 count. Matz will put this in play. And Ponce will be able to make the throw. So let's get a little nervous what the animation's going to do there. But 2 away for Cody Ponce, as he's got to try to settle in. Looking for his first strikeout. Won't get it, as that one will be caught, though. Nice range by Newman. And so 1-2-3 goes Cody Ponce. So if he can settle this thing down and give us a even semi-quality start, I'll take that, all things considered. It's all about the offense just trying to do anything. I mean, it feels like you give up 1 run, and that's going to be enough for the opposition, with just how poor this offense has been. JB Shuck showing some wheels there to beat out that infield hit. So he doing okay to start this game. 2 for 2 as Stallings will go. That one is going to get down over the head of the center fielder to the wall. So Jacob Stallings with a double, as Shuck will hold at third, smartly so. So the Pirates, can they finally get runs? I've been in a lot of situations today where the Pirates have great chances. We just saw them runners on the corners in the first inning. Couldn't get anything happening, so got to get something here. If they don't, I mean, you got to get more. You got to get both runners home is the way I'm looking at it here. So no decent arms in left and right. Center we can run on, so that's going to be the mentality. Full count to Jason Martin. And that'll bring home the run, so we'll trade the run for the out. Stallings moves over to third. Josh Bell with a chance to drive him in. 2-2 count. And Bell's going to strike out. That one hurts a little bit. Newman with a chance to get the job done. Full count. And that one poked in the right. That's not going to get the run in. So we get 1 run, but again, second and third, nobody out, and that's all you get was the 1. Just kind of really sums up the season so far. Just no offense. That has been the theme. The shift on, played well, and that's the first out by Colin Moran. Not known for his glove, but a nice play there. 2-1 to Alonso. That one in the left. Shuck should have it. Under it. And he'll make the catch for out number 2. So 5 straight outs for Cody Ponce, facing the dangerous Michael Conforto. Full count. That one pulled to left, and Bell's got it. So Cody Ponce is retired 6 straight after that bumpy first inning in his Major League debut. Colin Moran lead things off in the hole 1-2 against Steven Matz. He'll chase a slider or sinker for strike number 3. Brings up Cole Tucker, hitting 143 this season. Yeah, he'll turn it around, but hopefully sooner than later. The question is when he'll turn things around. Not there, so he'll ground out for the second out. Bring up Billy Hamilton, first pitch swinging. And that one up the middle. Not going to beat this one out like he did last time. And the Pirates go quietly in the top of the 4th. 3-1. Mets lead. J.D. Davis. I'm not sure what he did his first at bat, but he's full count here. And Ponce's walk 2. Facing the ex-Pirate Gregory Polanco. I believe this is Polanco's first time facing the Pirates since getting traded, and he'll make them pay and say, you guys should not have dealt me, as he'll rope a double down the right field line, or triple, okay. Don't know how that happens. Alright, that's ugly all around. I think it goes down officially as a double for Polanco. Alright. Even with a throw to third, they still couldn't get him. Diving play by Moran, that's not going to get him. So it's 5-1 Mets, and tempted to just to sim this one through, because it's going to be one of those games. It's going to be one of those seasons, I feel like. 2-2 strikeout for the first out of the inning. Cody Ponce is now allowed 5 earned in 3 1/3. A bunt. Moran has, I think I called him Hayes earlier, but that is Colin Moran at third base today. Hayes has the day off. He'll get the second out. Jimenez to lead things off. 2-1 count. 2 outs, runner on second, and never mind, bases are going to be emptied by Jimenez with another home run, and it is gone from bad to worse for Cody Ponce and the Pittsburgh Pirates, as they are getting their clocks clean, down 7-0. Ponce is at 71 pitches. You might as well just let him pitch, because the dude's getting sent down after this game, really regardless of what he was going to do. He was going to go back to AAA Indy. And he's clearly lost his focus here as he's hit Brandon Nimmo. And yeah, it's just, what do you even do at this point? You're just trying to get through the game. And so he'll get the strikeout for out number 3, but give up 4 more runs. The double to Polanco, the home run to Jimenez. Do we let him lead off? He's at 80 pitches. I think this is a game where you just let the dude pitch through it and kind of save your bullpen a little bit. So maybe this won't be the most popular decision in the world, but we're going to let Ponce go at least an extra inning, as he will put it in play, but ground out the short. Yeah, it's just going to be one of those years for the Pirates. I mean, it's one of those years where you're most excited about the draft class, which they seem to patch a little bit. It was really poor before. I just did an update, and the draft class was revealed, and it looks a whole lot better than it had been. So there actually should be some worthy players drafting this year. I think we're picking 15th or 16th overall. We'll check in the draft in the next episode, though. But that's going to be the highlight of our season, I believe. And I'm already going to have to start thinking about selling and trading. Chris Archer's going to be a free agent after this year. We're not going to have the desire nor really the financial ability to re-sign him, so that'll certainly be a trade candidate. So start thinking about what we should be acquiring. Should we look for starting pitching? As Ponce is just beaning everybody. He's gone all Rick Vaughn at this point. But should we start looking at outfield help or starting pitching? I mean, what you tell me what you think the big needs for this team is to get things back on track, and that's hopefully what we'll look towards, as Ponce just can't get an out. As his runners on second and third, 1 away. At 92 pitches, I suppose I need to start warming somebody up, because I didn't want him to go over 100 pitches. We'll get Chad Kuhl warmed up here. See if Ponce can do anything here. I don't think Shuck has the arm to throw him out, so it's probably going to be a sac fly. Although Shuck will make it kind of interesting, but Davis is in there safe. And it's now 8-1 Mets here, bottom 5. 2 out, runner on second for Pena. Should we pitch to him or pitch around him? I think we're going to pitch around. See if we can get a strikeout. That's not a strikeout. That's over Hamilton, so we should have just walked him. That's a miscalculation by me. I was hoping to pitch around, maybe you walk, or maybe you get a strikeout, and then you face Mats, and they'll probably keep him in. And I should have done that. So we're going to try to, if Ponce can't get Mats out, then we're going to just pull him at this point. Can't get a strikeout, but that is the out nonetheless. So it's 9-1, as the Mets tack on 2 more runs. And the Pirates have just 1 hit, or 1 run. Feels like 1 hit. What's the difference at this point? Jason Martin, 2-1 here to lead things off top 6. That one's going to get over the head of the second baseman. Going to need a lot more of that, though, going forward, unfortunately. I had a run, but what's the point of stealing down 8 runs? As Bell will strike out. That hurts a lot. Chad Kuhl is going to get going here. So we're going to get him. He's already ready, I suppose. Kevin Newman to the plate. It looks like double play. That's where we get Chad Kuhl warmed up for the chance of the double play. And that'll end the top of the 6th for the Pittsburgh Pirates, as they are about to go to 15-22 on the season. It's looking like Chad Kuhl trying to get some work in, move to the long relief role, really just to give Walker the opportunity, and Kuhl wasn't being that productive, as a 3-1 swing down the line and left. That's a double. The Mets are not only hitting us, but hitting us hard today. We gotta figure out their secret, because that's the type of offense we need, and we just simply are not getting right now. 1-2 to Nimmo. into right. Frazier's got it. He's on there. That should hold the runner at second. Yep. And that's the first out. Pete Alonso, full count. Strikes him out looking. Nice job there with a changeup by Chad Kuhl and Conforto. 1-2 count. To second. Newman has it. He'll throw to Bell for the out, and the Pirates get out of it. And we'll go top 7. Pittsburgh down 9-1. Colin Moran, 1-1 count to center. Center fielder's there. Yeah, I mean, this is the theme, and we're about to go 3 straight games against the Mets scoring just 1 run. That's hard to do. You have to try to do that, basically. And we're doing a good job of it. So we're consistently awful on offense. At least we're consistent. Quick second out there. And I'll bring up Billy Hamilton. Let me get someone warmed up here just in case. Does it really matter? Probably not. We'll get Cricky going in case Hamilton gets on base. We'll pinch hit for Cool. Maybe. Maybe not. It doesn't matter because we weren't going to get the hit anyway as Hamilton will ground out to short. Alright, let me sit Cricky down. Let Cool come in against Davis. And that one, you don't see a lot of outs in foul territory in this game. That's a rare instance of it. I think it's one thing I'd like to see from out of the park a little bit more, is more just guys fouling out, basically. I don't seem to see that more than maybe once every other game, if I had to kind of guesstimate it, but it doesn't really matter. 2-2 to Polanco. There's a strikeout. That's the Gregory Polanco I know. And facing Robinson Cano, full count, pinch hitting. In the center, Hamilton's got speed. There's Hamilton showing off the glove, playing hard. Nice job to show that effort in a 9-1 game. Good job, Hamilton. Alright, that's going to be it for Chad Kuhl. Let me get somebody up. We'll get Cricky up. We'll go get a pinch hitter in. Short bench today, like I said. Who do I want here? Who's in right? Oh, Jason Martin's in right. I don't even know who's playing on my team today. I think I said Frazier was in right. Jason Martin's in right. Let's go ahead and get Kevin Kramer an opportunity here. Kevin Kramer in to face Matz, who's just grooving through 8 innings here. As Kramer strikes out. JB Shuck 0-2. Hit sharply, but right to the second baseman for the second out. And Jacob Stallings 0-1. He's got a double today. Not there, as the Pirates go 1-2-3. I can't believe the offense has been this poor. It's really shocking. All right, Kyle Crick will come in. I mean, I know today, the offense, even we score 4 or 5 runs, it's probably not going to matter. But I just want some signs of life for this offense. It's not that different from last year. I think it's even in some ways better last year, where we cut some of the dead weight. Don't have guys like Eric Gonzalez and some of the other names I'm sure I'm forgetting, but just Polanco, who was terrible last year. So it's just hard to see this offense doing. Oh, and Chuck drops it. Well, if you're going to drop it, do it in a 9-1 game in the 8th inning, I suppose. But it's against the pitchers, so that's embarrassing. Nice pitch there by Crick. 2 away, 1 on against Nimmo. And so Crick with back-to-back strikeouts to absolve Shuck from the error in left. Alright, we'll go top 9 here. Last chance to get more. Our goal here is just more than 1 run. Say it with me, guys. More than 1 run. We're Flint Tropics, 5th place, or whatever they were saying. Not there, though. Jason Martin lines out to first. Bell in a 1-2 count. And they're not going to let Matz go the distance. The 100 pitch count looks like that was the max. As Bell struck out 3 straight times. And so Kevin Newman, last chance. 1-2. And that one rolled weakly to second. But that is enough for the final out. So Pirates lose 9-2. You guessed it, 1. Let me say if you will check out the box score next to the video. If you're a glutton for punishment, we can check out the box score here like I am. Again, Pirates fall to the Mets 9-1. Also fall to 15-22 on the season. Just 6 hits to 1 error. Mets had 10 hits, but it felt like every single one was a double. And we'll check that out here in a second. For Pittsburgh, JB Shuck, the only player with 2 hits. He went 2 for 4. Had 7 strikeouts. Nobody walked. My Moneyball approach is clearly not working here. As for the Mets, they are led by Jimenez, who went 2 for 5, and Polanco, of course, getting his revenge, goes 3 for 4 with an RBI. Yeah, Polanco had 2 doubles, Payne had a double, Jimenez with a double, Alonso a triple, home runs by Conforto, and Jimenez, so whatever that is, 6 or 7 extra base hits of their 10 hits total, so they definitely hit the ball hard. Only 1 extra base for the Pirates, that was Jacob Stallings with a double in the 3rd inning, his 9th of the season. Chuck had the error in left. Ponce, in his Major League debut, goes 5 innings, gives up 9 hits, 9 runs, 2 walks, 2 Ks, and 2 home runs on 105 pitches. Chad Kuhl, Kyle Crick did a good job in relief. Steven Matz, 8 1/3, 6 hits, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts as he gets the victory, moves to 5-1 on the year. So, that is going to be the video. Probably the next time we will join you will be for the draft, which is on whatever date it is, sometime next month. It's going to be June 4th. So we'll look at the draft class really briefly. Like I said, they did seem to improve the quality of the class, and thank goodness for this. Here's just a quick look at things. We're probably either going to go starting pitcher or maybe something in the outfield, but I'll have to do a lot more scouting because it seems like the class has just changed with the updated patch from Out of the Park. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.